Hello and welcome to Two Guys and a Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk, and this is going to be a little bit different this week. My partner in crime, Garrett is MIA this week. He's busy with work-related stuff, so I will be doing this by myself. Hopefully it won't be too boring for you guys. I probably will have it shorter than normal, since I don't ramble on as much as Garrett does. But yeah, what a week it's been. Hopefully you guys had a great Thanksgiving. There wasn't too much in the news this week, but there are a few topics I wanted to cover. So without further ado, let's get right into the news. First up, we had our first glimpse at the Monster Hunter, what's her face, Mila Jovovich, from, the Resident Evil series and other movies. She posted this photo, which I'm going to be showing on the screen right now, of her and her outfit, as well as another character. Now, she has been posting photos of the Monster Hunter set that looks kind of like modern, but this aesthetic looks awesome. It's more in line of what the game looks like, so I'm excited for just seeing how it looks so far. Even if it's just one image, I can't wait for the trailer to drop on this. But Studio Screen Gems also released a synopsis which describes the film. They stated, "Behind our world, there is another, a world of dangerous and powerful monsters that rule their domain with deadly ferocity. When Lieutenant Artemis Mila Jovovich and her loyal soldier are transported from our world to the new world, the unflappable lieutenant receives the shock of her life. In her desperate battle for survival against enormous enemies with incredible powers and unstoppable revolting attacks, Artemis will team up with a mysterious man who has found a way to fight back." So that kind of makes sense why we're seeing a more modern images. So it's going to have, most likely, she's going to be a soldier or some type of combat star, I'm sure, in the Mon world, and then somehow she goes into this Capcom's crazy Monster Hunter world. Now, in this photo here, it looks like she's carrying around dual blades, which looks like a carving knife and a slinger. The actor Ja from, I believe it's not Ip Man, forgot what he's from. I think it's Ip Man, I want to say. No, Ombak, I think that's what it is. Yeah, Ombak. He's wielding some type of giant jaw blade, which has been, in Monster Hunter for a long time. And then also has it looks like a great hunter's bow underneath his arm. Let's see what else. Trying to see if there's any other information here. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be like giving off a Stargate vibe, that sci-fi game, or sci-fi movie / TV show. I think it was a movie, yeah, that came out back in the early 2000s, I want to say late 90s. But yeah, that's Monster Hunter, and can't wait for that trailer. Up next, I thought this was kind of interesting. YouTube is now offering free but ad-supported Hollywood movies. So now YouTube will have movies and on YouTube you can watch that you don't have to pay for. Because before you had to pay, I think it was, standard prices like $5.99 or $4.99 rentals, stuff like that, kind of like what the iTunes charges. And now they're offering movies with ads. That's called Movies on Us. Now, I haven't looked into to see how many ads or how long these ads are, but I think this is pretty cool to see this is happening. And you can go onto YouTube right now, go under free to watch movies, I believe it's on the sidebar, and you can look that up. Apparently they're going to be adding more movies as the weeks and months go on. Right now there's just a few, I think. This article is stating that the Terminator is on there. There's also, I believe, Deadpool is on there. And the Rockies, all the Rockies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rocky Balboa isn't on there though. And I don't think Creed is either. But yeah, so YouTube, props to you for showing us some love with some free movies. I know that Vudu has been doing it for a while, and Crackle. Some people use them. I haven't used them too much, but they're there, and I'm assuming it's similar to those services or similar to what Hulu offers. Most likely similar to Crackle. You'll be getting every 15 minutes, every 10 minutes an ad. Yeah, that is YouTube supporting ad movies. And then moving on from there, we have news that Transformers fans can see Bumblebee about 2 weeks earlier than its release date. So you can actually go to the theater. I believe it says 7 p.m. on December 8th. You can see Bumblebee for free. You can go ahead and buy them now. I see them at AMC and Harkins is showing them where you can purchase tickets now. So if you want to reserve your seat and see the movie ahead of time, this is what you can do. It's kind of similar to what we were talking about last week, where Amazon was promoting the Aquaman ahead of time. I think it was 2 weeks ahead of time as well. So I wonder if this is a new trend that we'll be seeing. Getting to see movies 2 weeks ahead of time. I wonder why they're doing that. But apparently, with this Bumblebee movie, if you go see it 2 weeks ahead of time, you'll get a bonus. You'll get a toy. It says here from the movie. I think it's the Bumblebee Transformer. I haven't seen the toy itself. It's not showing it on these articles here. But let's see here. We're just looking through here. It says tiny turbo chargers, or tiny turbo changers. So I'm assuming those are the small mini Transformer toys of some kind. But yeah, if you go to the Bumblebee website, you can buy those tickets, or go to, like I said, AMC, Harkins, or your local movie theater website and see if they have it in there. And then last on this movie news is an interesting article I found on Collider.com. They're stating that major studios is expected to lobby theaters for early home release in 2019. So this article goes into saying that right now there's a kind of a serious fight with film studios and theater owners that may be, changing the way we watch movies in the future. So right now there's about a 90-day minimum window between when a film opens in the movie theater and when it hits the home video. But Variety and Collider are reporting that Warner Brothers and Universal Pictures are gearing up to begin talks with theater chains about shortening this window in 2019. So this won't be the first time these talks had taken place. Back in 2017, there were some major conversations in the works. A deal claimed close to happening that would have seen a window shortened considerably for the video-on-demand releases, which theater chains in return would be taking home a cut of the profits of the films rented or sold during this period, the video-on-demand period, until the physical copy release began at the traditional 90-day window. Now, this deal did not end up happening when the negotiations stalled due to Disney exchanging talks with 21st Century Fox to buying the bulk of the studio. Seeing as Disney is the one of the biggest studios around, a major bargaining tool for the studio side of the table was removed. But now it sounds like Warner Brothers and Universal are eager to start these talks once more. Now it's unclear if Disney is willing to team up with these rival studios. Sounds like they're trying to, get the hype of the movie while it's still in the air, because after, I don't know, was it 90 days or sometimes even longer, we had to wait for the Bluray to drop. And I think these theaters are wanting, or these movie companies are wanting to profit more from this. But I'm kind of seeing that this might be a negative thing, because if it's not in the theaters long enough, we might not have people be wanting to go to the theaters enough as it is. I mean, definitely theaters aren't seeing as many crowds of people as they were in the past, and I think this one might even hurt even more. I know that Netflix has been putting out movies in theaters, and then 2-3 weeks later they put it on their service. I know, what was the movie that came out recently? The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, the Coen Brothers movie. That was, I don't even think it was in a theater near me, or it was in select theaters like the art film theaters that Harkins has, and also Roma, which was the Spanish film. It's black and white. That I didn't see in theaters, and that's already on Netflix, I think, next week. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this, if Universal and Warner Brothers can push this out. But yeah, that's short and sweet news section this week. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the trailers that popped this week. See what's happening.
We got movie trailers.
Okay, first up on movie trailers, we have The Intruder. It's a psychological thriller about a young married couple who buys a beautiful Napa Valley house on several acres of land, only to find that the man they bought it from refuses to let go of the property. This is being directed by Dion Taylor and starring Dennis Quaid, Megan Good, Joseph Sikora, and Michael Early. This movie kind of gives me a Lakeview Terrace type of vibe. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. It came out in 2008 with Samuel L. Jackson, and he kind of acts like a crazy neighbor. This movie kind of looks like that to me. So it looks like it's going to be a psychological thriller where Dennis Quaid, every once in a while, freaks out this new couple that moves in, and eventually starts breaking into the house, and until it hits the peak of the movie, you can kind of see in the trailer where he takes the wife, and who knows what happens from there. But it looks alright. I don't know necessarily if I would see it in theaters, but it's coming out April 26, 2019. It's rated PG-13. we got Lego Movie 2, the second part. This is a continuation of the Lego Movie, which was highly popular when the original came out. Looks like there is a few people that are returning to this one that were in the second one. But the plot of this movie is it's been 5 years since everything was awesome, and the citizens are facing a huge new threat, Lego Duplo. Invaders from outer space wrecking everything faster than they can rebuild. This is being directed by Mike Mitchell and Trisha Gum, co-directing. And wow, so in this movie, there's a lot of stars here. We got Margot Robbie. She's gonna be playing Harley Quinn. Alison Brie is playing Kitty. Chris Pratt is playing Ermic Burkowski and Rex Dangerfest, which is a new character in this movie. We got Jonah Hill as Green Lantern, Elizabeth Banks as Wildstyle, Channing Tatum as Superman, Nick Offerman as Metalbeard, Charlie Day as Benny, Will Arnett as, his Batman character for the Lego franchise, and many more. This movie looks pretty cool. First one I thought was okay. This one looks like it's even more of an epic. Looks like it's kind of a play on Mad Max in a way in the beginning. It looks like they're in a desolate dystopia desert, and they're just fighting to survive. These Lego Duplo guys. It looks pretty funny. Can't wait to see that. Comes out February 8th, 2019. So next year we'll be seeing that in theaters. On to the last trailer. Alright, our last trailer here is The Lion King. And this is another Disney CGI recreation, live action, reimagining of their classic movies. This, of course, is The Lion King, one of the greatest animated movies of the 90s, coming to life in full CGI. This is being directed by Jon Favreau, who has done, Iron Man. I believe he did the Jungle Book live action. And this is going to be voiced by plethora of great actors and actresses. We got Seth Rogen as Pumbaa. Donald Glover is going to be playing Simba. Keegan-Michael Key is Kamari. We got Chiwetel Ejiofor. Shoot, I do not know how to pronounce that man's name. Chiwetel Ejiofor. He was the guy that was in 12 Years Slave. He's in Serenity. He's in Z for Zachariah. Doctor Strange as Mordo. He's been in quite a few movies. I'm sure you recognize him. Then we got James Earl Jones reprising his role as Mufasa, which is great. I couldn't see anyone else doing his voice. Beyonce will be Nala, and Eric Andre will be Zazie, and there's quite a few more. John Oliver will be Zazu. So, got a great cast there. Gonna be a big year for Disney. They got Disney Plus, and then they have The Lion King coming out this summer. This drops on July 19th, 2019. And I believe Aladdin comes out. Let me just see here. Aladdin. Yeah, May. Wow. So Gonna have Aladdin in May, and then The Lion King in July. Wow. So, big year, big year for Disney. I know they're even opening up some new amusement rides next year. So, it's gonna be a Disney year. Alright, well, that was it for the movie trailers this week. Movie reviews. I did see a movie. I got to see The Green Book a few days before it came out. I got tickets to the screening through GoFobo, I believe is the service that provided it to me. And The Green Book is a great movie. If you don't know what it is about, it's with Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali plays a famous African-American pianist from the 60s. He's a classical pianist, so it's kind of interesting to see those two interacting together. And Viggo Mortensen plays a Italian man. Both actors in this movie did a tremendous job. Apparently, they both, studied each character, because it is based off a true story, based off true real-life people, and they did some extensive studying to nail these parts. So this movie is about a working class Italian-American bouncer, which is Viggo Mortensen, becomes a driver of an African-American classical pianist, Mahershala Ali, on a tour of the venues through the 1960s and the American South. And this takes place in 1962. And they're driving I believe it's a teal-colored Cadillac. It's a brand new Cadillac from the 60s. This movie has a lot of laughs. Viggo Mortensen's character is hilarious. He does a great job as playing a Italian, and he actually speaks Italian in this movie. If you guys didn't know, he does have, I think he knows 10 plus different languages, which is insane, and he makes use of it in this movie, which is pretty cool to see. I was also surprised to see Sebastian Maniscalco. How is mispronounced his name? Maniscalco. He's a stand-up comedian, and he plays the brother-in-law of Viggo Mortensen's character. Oh, and then Viggo Mortensen's character, he has a great name. It's Tony Lip. Not Tony the Lip, Tony Lip. That's his nickname he goes by. And they go from, I believe, from New York. Yeah, they start in New York, and they head west through Ohio, Indiana, I think Illinois. I don't know if they go through Illinois, but then they drop south once they hit the Mississippi and go through Tennessee, and all the way down to like Louisiana and Georgia and Alabama, and goes all the way through, I think, August to, oh no, I think they started, I think it's August or September, all the way up until Christmas. So this is, I guess this could be considered a Christmas movie in a way, kind of. But yeah, this movie was great. I definitely see this movie getting some recognition from the Oscars, at least. It is in theaters now. It came out officially on November 21st. It is rated PG-13. So even, the younger kids can see this movie. There isn't too much swearing in this, I don't think. But yeah, this is a great movie. I think it's going to be one you can watch, years to come. It's a story that can last for years. And yeah, Green Book, definitely check it out. can't recommend it enough. Some good movies have been coming out towards the end of this year, and this is definitely one of them. And there's gonna be at least five or six more that are on my list. I can't wait to see. But yeah, that is gonna do it for this week's movie lowdown. Thank you for bearing with me on this solo act. It's been about normal time, I guess, 25 minutes. It wasn't too short. But my question of the week is, what gift, when you were younger, what was your favorite Christmas gift that you received? Now Christmas is next month, so starting to hear those Christmas songs. And other than that, thank you guys so much for listening. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you hopefully next week with my good friend Garrett Blowberg. But we love you, and good night.
This has been a Two Guys production.